Okay, it is May 22nd, 2023, and today on the TopStep account, which was the first day of uh, attempting to get funded, I am down about 150 bucks or so, I think, and it was just, as you can see here, a very, very choppy day. Uh, but I'll tell you what, the chop is not the worst part of it. That's not what got me. It was myself because I was definitely up for quite a while today. In fact, I mean, it looks pretty obvious right now because we're looking at it from hindsight, but didn't look that obvious at the beginning that it was going to be this chop. I went into this day thinking that we were going to be going up, that we were going to be reaching into this gap here. This is a weekly gap, and so I was really excited when the day first began right here. I pretty much tried to trade at the beginning of the New York Open. I try not to do too much before that. I know that there's not really a problem with that, but I try. That's just the way I like to do it. And so if we take a look, you can see here what it looked like when it actually started. So when we first got when we first got going, I'm like, okay, well there we go. There's a break. Um, and I have this indicator on it, and actually that was not what I thought it was going to say. But I obviously saw. Oh wait, no, that's because I wasn't on the five. I was on the 5 minute, I think. There we go. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, let's do this. So um, very quickly, it moved down. After I had this, I actually had a trade going. I think right at about here. So I ran this up, and I was up by about 400 bucks, and then took like one profit, I think. Like one, I had five contracts. I took one, and I saw this order block over here, and I was like, yeah, let's just take one off just in case. And then basically came down to break even, and then I actually shorted right here when I was like, okay, this is obviously a Judas swing. I mean, look at this, looks perfect for a Judas swing to be coming down because oops, there is this daily fair value gap right here, and then actually there's another area down here that I was looking to grab. I was thinking maybe we'd grab some liquidity here because last week was a really powerful end to the week, and so it seemed like the market was like going to be willing to do something as opposed to just rocking around to nothing. And so did not get down to the daily fair value gap, and so again stopped out for about break even. Now obviously that sounds pretty good, and it is pretty good. But on both sides of this, I saw my account cranking up and then crank back down to zero. And it was frustrating because it's day one, and I was like, how great would it be to start day one of this Top Step challenge to be up, five, six, 700 bucks? But it just didn't happen. Down like 150. And then, of course, as you saw, the rest of the day was just a whole lot of this. And I recognized it pretty early on. I didn't just keep on going in and out, in and out. I recognized it pretty early on, and so I didn't get into a ton of trades, but I got into more trades than I should have because for me, I think what it was is I felt like I was robbed at the beginning because I had that and then I lost it and then I had that and then I lost it. And so then I just felt like I need to have some of that back, and so I started over trading. I think I took another probably 4 or 5 trades at least, could have been more. And it just shouldn't have done that. At this point, this range is pretty clear, and we have this support here with this new week opening gap that I should have seen that as well. When this came down here, I should have seen that and known that, but I didn't. I was determined to not take profits too early. Um, well, I guess I should say to not cut my trade too early because that's one thing I struggle with is I'm willing to cut the profits early, but willing to let the losers go a little further than they should. And so now I'm trying to make sure that I don't let that happen. So even though today was a kind of a break-even day, 150 bucks down, I kind of feel better about it today than if I hadn't if I hadn't let it run as much as I did. I think that it's good that I let it run to prove to myself that if it hadn't been a day like this, because this is really not a typical day, for it to go swinging like that, to be whiplashing like that. So I'm pretty proud of myself for letting it go to see if it's going to continue. And at least, I mean, I was going to take off most of the trade right here, because I was thinking, you know, at that point I'd have four contracts, maybe take off two and leave two more. But it really didn't make a whole lot of sense today, not to me anyway. But obviously, if you guys see something that I don't see here, or did see something that I don't see, um, of why it would have been this choppy after the week we had last week, where it looked like it was really about ready to go ahead and do what it needs to do. I don't know. I don't see it. Um, to not grab up into here or to grab down below here. I mean, obviously this new week opening gap is going to be support, and I moving forward into this week, I do think that we're going to be bullish. If we look at the daily, you can see here that this is last week right here. This is what I mean. We kind of broke out here, took out this buy side right here, this buy side right here, and we have this gap, which on the SPY is actually a weekly gap. And I figured, we could definitely run up here to this fair value gap, coming into this fair value gap. So I am definitely thinking that we're going to be looking at, and possibly even more, possibly even 43, because, oh, actually, yes, because we have this fair value gap as well. So I'm bullish, honestly, which is strange for me, but I'm bullish. I'm thinking that this is going to be going up. Although, keep in mind, it may end up being a pretty heavy Judas swing tomorrow. It may be, because we do have this weekly fair value gap, and weekly fair value gaps seem to get it taken care of usually pretty quickly. So there's that. But other than that, just got to learn. I guess today's lesson is, I saw a somebody post on Reddit something that really hit home for me, and it was the day that you stop seeing your insecurities being traded on the charts is the day that you know that you're ready to make some serious money. And it's true. I mean, if my insecurities that I feel, and I know that I mean, I start swearing at the charts like, I know what you're doing. You're trying to make me look like an idiot. And you know what? Fine, you win. And if it starts going against me, I'll just like take it off. And it's true. Like insecurities can definitely show up and will show up on the chart on how you trade, and it's very important to figure that out and know what your insecurities are and not let them become a part of it. So me today feeling like I got robbed, feeling like I had to, get back something, uh, feeling like I was entitled to it, I guess, is a problem. And so I got to make sure that I don't do that again. Thank you for watching. This is, if for nobody else, for myself. And hopefully I will learn from my lessons.